Welcome to EdMed Talks. I'm Dr. Adam Dovico, an educator,
And I'm Dr. Jaclyn Dovico, a pediatrician.
and we're your husband-wife duo for all things parenting. We did it. Season 7.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that.
I know. And we're trying something new. We are coming to you, well, I guess is live the right word? Because we're not actually.
No, not live, but a visual. So you can actually watch a podcast.
Yeah. So if you had no idea what we look like, this is what we look like.
Yep.
And more importantly, we are sitting in our brand new office.
Yes, this is Joyful Pediatrics. So it is now open.
That's right. And we thought we'd kick off season 7 with the number one question we get, I would say every day.
Yes. I would say if I see somebody new that I haven't seen in
At
a
least,
few days
yeah.
or weeks, number one question.
What is that question?
How's it going?
So how's it going?
Which is such a tough question when someone asks you, because you don't know if they're just being polite and you're supposed to say, oh, good, and then move on the conversation, or if they actually want a very detailed answer. Because those of you who've listened to the podcast know I can be very detailed if needed.
Jaclyn can be detailed. But here's the funny part. When they say, so how's it going? Traditionally, that's like, how are you doing? But I kind of know, like I generally know now the question is referring to this.
Yes.
To Joyful Pediatrics. And so when people ask, so how's it going? Yeah, it's somewhat of a loaded question because it could be a very, very quick answer. Good, great. Or the Jaclyn response, which I guess is what today's about. Today's a bit more of a Jaclyn response because we do want to tell you how's it going. So when people ask, how's it going, we can maybe refer them to this episode. So yeah, so I guess you should say we are now recording for our podcast and for YouTube.
Yes.
So follow us on our brand new YouTube channel. I guess this will technically be the first video on there, but we definitely want to build that up. It's Joyful Pediatrics, like that's the handle for our YouTube channel. So feel free to watch it, subscribe, like. I don't know, what do our kids say?
They always say like and subscribe.
Like and
Is
subscribe.
that though that's probably old. I bet there's a new thing that we're just too old to know.
Share, like, subscribe, share. I don't know. Whatever you're supposed to do.
Whatever the teens are saying, do that.
Yes. So let's, I guess, dive in. So how's it going? We're good. Yeah. We're 3 months in. We opened August 4th.
Yeah, we are. We're over 3 months in.
Yeah, as we sit here right now, it's early November. And so we are literally just a few months in.
Yes. And for those of you who are a little bit new to our podcast, so Joyful Pediatrics is the first direct pediatric care office in Greensboro, North Carolina. And there's a couple other adult places, but we opened the first one that's directed directly for kids. And yes, it's people have been talking about it, and I think we've got a lot of good community buzz, which is nice.
I think so too. So maybe we flash back a little bit to when we first started it, like opened.
Yeah.
And we had the ribbon cutting ceremony. That was really cool. We signed up with the Chamber of Commerce. And I bet if you live in a city, I bet a lot of your cities have chambers of commerce. They're really cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's great networking.
Yeah.
People and
I would say it's been really interesting getting to meet other entrepreneurs and people in this world, because coming from education and medicine, I wouldn't say that was our target professional focus.
No. And it's even weird to think entrepreneur. We are entrepreneurs. It still doesn't feel real.
I don't even like saying it because it's a hard word to say. But yeah, you're right. And we've met other people, also entrepreneurs, and getting to pick their brain. I guess some have even picked our brain.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, not that we have much to pick, but we're open to sharing what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, and what I think we've done a good job of is putting our names out there in the community.
Yeah.
Especially Adam, I've always referred to him as the extroverted extrovert, versus I feel like I'm more of like that introverted extrovert. I don't know. You're mid, to use the words the teens say, mid.
You're an extroverted introvert.
Okay, we'll do that.
We're gonna make that up if it's not a real thing.
It's definitely a real thing.
Okay.
But getting out to community events and social media, talking to people, creating buzz, creating the newsletter, I think that's really done a lot. A lot of people will know what Joyful Pediatrics is and know why it's different. I've had, was at a Halloween party and I had some people I hadn't met come up to me and go, "Oh, yes, you're Dr. Dovico. I know you from Instagram. I follow you from it." Or that happened at yoga too, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Someone came up to me and went, "Oh, hey, Dr. Dovico." And I just looked at her because I didn't think I'd met her. And she goes, "Oh, I know you from Instagram." And that's very new to me.
Yeah, but it's cool, right? I mean,
it's pretty cool.
It's a great sign that people do watch.
Yeah.
And watch as in like they pay attention to what's going on in their community. And our target audience, let's be honest, it's a lot of moms.
Yeah.
They are aware of community events and community happenings and businesses that cater towards kids.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. I think one of the big breakthrough moments was really early on. We had reached out to local news stations.
He's sweet. He says we. It was Adam.
I reached out to a lot of the local news stations and simply, this is before we opened, and said simply, this is who we are. We're opening up. We have a ribbon cutting ceremony. We'd love to work with you if it makes sense. And one of them did reply, a local news station here did reply, and they said, I think at first wasn't it for the flu clinic at first? Like,
no, it was for talking about vaccines.
That's right. That's right.
Talking, they wanted a pediatrician to talk about vaccines. And so one thing with local news stations and stories is they need a pediatrician right then, at that moment. And that's difficult in a traditional fee for insurance type or fee for service insurance type model because you're often seeing patient. So you can't fit a newscaster in.
Well, your schedule is being made for you.
Exactly. So with this model, I'm very flexible. So I said, absolutely. What time do you need me? And it was, I would say we met Giselle with WFMY, who's awesome.
And so that was the first introduction.
Yes.
And then I think didn't she call us back a day or two later?
Yeah, so apparently someone else had picked up the vaccine story. And so she didn't think they were going to use my clip, but she loved the place. And then she wanted to come back. What was it, like 5 a.m. the next day for the morning show?
Texted us. She texted Jaclyn and said, "So can we do a live shot?" Like, yeah, of course. She's like, at 5 a.m. I mean, that's Jaclyn's favorite time of day.
Oh my goodness. I am not a morning person. I wish I was a morning person, but I'm not.
You're not, but you could turn it on.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This was a big deal.
It was, and it was a huge turning point for us. I'll also say this gave Jaclyn a lot of confidence because, let's be honest, you were not previously all that comfortable being in front of the camera and just being off the cuff. And obviously the podcast has helped a little bit, but being able to just do a live shot, and we did several live shots that morning. We had, I think, 3 different segments.
Yes, 3 different segments on the WFMY morning shows with Giselle interviewing us individually and then us together. And I think a couple reasons why I think she reached back out is she saw The Office and how it was different and unique and thought this would be a good, feel-good news story. But 2, I do think she appreciated after, my practicing with the podcast and other things, feeling more comfortable on camera. And that's really important to have somebody who's comfortable on camera. And I told her, I said, listen, if you think I'm decent, Adam's way better. So don't worry, he'll be great on camera.
Essentially, what she's saying is you need people who can do live shots off the cuff and people who can think quickly, speak somewhat intelligently enough, and just go in whatever direction you need to and be able to pivot. And so, she probably saw the place, saw that we were decent enough at that, and it worked out. And so all that to say, that was the introduction to, I think, what turned into several different opportunities. We got featured in the Triad Business Journal, which is a local
business magazine,
a big deal though.
Oh, absolutely.
And big shout out to my colleague, my friend, Jed King, and his company, because Jed hooked us up and really made that happen for us. So big, lot of gratitude there.
And at the Chamber of Commerce, one of the Chamber of Commerce events, women's networking group, I met the owner of Triad Moms on Main, Sarah Mashwani, who is so Triad Moms on Main, for those of you not in Greensboro, the Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point area, that local area is called the Triad, and it is a great website, newsletter resource for moms or families in general to figure out, all things kind of parenting kids, what to do. So she goes out to all these like hidden gems, features local places, and she came over and did a great video with her girls here that really helped.
Absolutely. And we actually interviewed Sarah last season on the podcast, so you could check that out as well in a previous episode. What else? We got interviewed by the Chamber of Commerce for their social media. We had a couple features in local magazines. So put that all together. I guess what we're trying to say is put that all together. And we had a really great community support system early on.
Yes.
And that got our name out there. Jaclyn has done a really, really great job of marketing through her social media. So if you don't already follow Jaclyn, follow her. It's just Dr. Jaclyn Dovico on Instagram. And then on Facebook, you can follow Joyful Pediatrics, but she's done a really great job of continuing just face recognition and sharing content.
Yes.
And that's what we talk about all the time. She and I talk about content. And that is what this is about, just continually making new content for people to see and getting our name out there. And I do think it's paying off. I think what a lot of people, so after people ask, so how's it going? They ask, do you have patience? And so it's, and I think people are nervous asking because they're like try to dive into something they're not sure they could. But I've been pretty transparent about it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel as though every week we're getting new inquiries, new patients, and I don't know, because direct pediatric care is so new. I don't know what the correct answer is or the correct rate of growth, but I've enjoyed where we are because it gives me an opportunity to really get to know new families, spend time with them, and then afterwards kind of write these long summaries, what we talked about, linking handouts or websites they should check out, really giving these patients and families a lot of thought and care that I wasn't able to do in the prior model.
Yeah. And so I mean, just by the numbers. So our goal patient panel is about 200.
Between 200 and 300.
Yeah, between 200 and 300 patients. 200 is kind of that first benchmark that we're aiming for. In the first 3 months, we're already a quarter of the way there. We've got about 50. And so that's, again, we don't have, and I don't think there's much data or studies out there that necessarily support what is good growth or what's considered success or failure. I don't know if that's out there, but in our minds, I think we've hit a really good stride with enrollments. And I say that because I would be worried if we had hit max capacity in the first 3 months because we're still learning a lot of stuff.
True.
And I think that's something that we should probably talk about here today is the learning curve of things. Yes. I mean, we could probably do 3 episodes on just the things that we've had namely have had to figure out. Why don't you list like your top 3 because we could be here for days.
So I would say really just managing, having vaccines here and the whole process through, and I'm super thankful to have a contract with a company called VaxCare, who they manage the, and they have the contracts with insurance and then ship me the vaccine so then I can use patients' insurance. They're contracted with most, but not all insurances. So navigating that process has been difficult, rewarding, but difficult. I would say that's a big one. I would say just the logistics of owning a commercial real estate, figuring out, the fire alarm,
which we still haven't figured out, by the way. So there is a chance that in this time that we are recording this, that you hear beeping in the background, in which case I'm going to have to get up and disarm a panel that we still have not been able to fix. We've had people out here trying to figure it out, and for whatever reason there is some malfunctioning fire system.
Well, no, it needs to be updated. They
whatever it is
need to go through the phone line, but we don't have a phone line here because not many people use like the landlines anymore, so we use cell phones. Oh, and little things like coordination of care. I've never sent a referral myself before.
That's
So I
true.
had to send referrals for, like an x-ray
Yep.
or for ultrasound, those sorts of things. And I remember sending one and then getting calls back, oh, you need to include this, or hey, this signature is not time stamped, or all of these little things.
And when you add up all those little things, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
None of them individually are necessarily that hard, but when you put them all together, that's a lot of time. So all that to say, I guess what the point I was getting at was it's probably good we don't hit max patient panel right away, because we're having to learn stuff as we go, which is great. And we're able to figure things out while you still have that time to figure them out. Because there's going to come a point where the main amount of time, or the bulk of your time, is going to be patient care.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have these things figured out, which we are. I mean,
something too, it's very important to me to provide that high quality of patient care and to select families and patients that are a good fit for Joyful Pediatrics.
Yep.
It's really hard. I would say one of the, when you talk about like highs and lows, I would say one of the hardest things to do, especially opening a new business and not sure like how much is this going to succeed? How long is it going to take? Is saying no to families who aren't a great fit. And that's really scary and difficult to do. But we know it's the right thing in the long run, because it's important to build Joyful Pediatrics with the correct families, patient types, ones that work well with me and with us, ones that have the same, evidence-based scientific beliefs, and ones that I think appreciate the type of relationship that we have.
Absolutely. And she and I had a lot of conversations about this early on.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were definitely some times several times that I can think of in these first few months where she's had to really just take a deep breath and say, all right, we're playing the long game here. This is not about the short term major victory. It's the long term that we're looking at.
Oh, absolutely. And just to be totally transparent, yes, if I was the anti-vax pediatrician, I probably would have been full in about a month.
Yeah.
And probably could have charged twice as much money.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary to think, but that's not the type of doctor I am, and that's not what I want to be. I need to provide good quality patient care.
Well, and I mean, at the bottom line, whatever your personal beliefs are, we've built this business on a set of standards for us and for what Jaclyn believes in for medicine. There are families that align to it, and they have been great patients, and there's families that haven't aligned, and it's just not a good fit, and that's okay. And that's what we've what's the control the controllable. I like that phrase. I think I got that from John Cena. I think John Cena said that. Control the controllable. And we're going to continue to keep our platform as we've designed it from the start, and that will work for some families and won't work for others, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that I'm switching subjects here, but I think another question that we get a lot, and probably you even more, is so you have like a PA or someone do the bill. Yeah, who's your staff?
So you're looking at her.
Yes.
Looking at us.
Yes. So who's doing the billing? Who's doing the scheduling, the vaccines?
Who's doing the vital signs? Who's doing the follow-up? Who's doing the referrals? Who's doing anything? It's
cleaning, I guess, is one.
Yeah. And the boys too. We'll bring
we've definitely employed
our boys to help.
The boys to help to some success.
Yeah.
Sometimes their cleaning causes more cleaning to be done, but they're getting okay. But yes, all that is us.
Yeah. Well, I think that really surprises people. They find me on Google and they call and I go, Joyful Pediatrics, this is Dr. Dovico. And people go, this is the doctor. This is the doctor? And they're very confused. It's not a receptionist or it's not somebody else answering the phone, which also means that sometimes I can't answer the phone and it goes to voicemail, but that's okay. And that's part of that high quality, that high touch care.
It's funny that people are legitimately I don't think they're confused. I think they're impressed, surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're surprised. They're like, oh wait, it's literally just us. And it's been fun though. I think for me, some of the most fun I've had so far is when we get to work with patients together. Because as you may or may not know, so part of this model in general allows us to be creative.
Yes.
And it allows us to design whole child care in ways that traditional pediatric offices and traditional schools can't do. Between my background in education, Jaclyn's background in medicine, bringing it together has allowed us to provide support and care for families in ways that I don't think they've ever experienced.
Yeah.
At least not in one place. Usually
Yes.
you have to go to different entities. Like you can get educational advice, you can get medical help, but you have to go to different offices.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can do this all in one stop.
Yeah, with people who communicate.
Right, right. Yeah, that's a good point. Typically, the worlds that you go to are not talking. And that's where it's hard sometimes to find what is the best approach for my child when all these different stakeholders are not communicating.
Yeah.
So we've been able to do that, and that's been fun.
No, it's great. Oh, I love especially when we have new families and we can kind of talk to them together. And then if we're doing a little bit more about, school behavior, education, that sort of topic, sometimes I'll take the child and we'll play together. I've built forts in the office, I've read together, or vice versa. You'll take the child and, you were using those math stacker number blocks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that we are able to provide better eventual care for these children because we are providing like all these different entities in conjunction with one another. And I mean anything from like, is my child a lot of behavior questions.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of behavior questions, and
which is good because that floats both. That's
true.
That is medical, but also educational.
Yeah, some ADHD, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It's been fun getting to do that together. And Jaclyn and I have talked about this before, so excuse us if you've heard this, but I don't think we would have been able to do this together like 10 years ago.
Oh, you mean work together?
Work together. Yeah, work
together.
No. 10, 15 years ago. And I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, we're making it work now.
Yes, absolutely. We're still here sitting on the couch
together.
We're still married. So it's been fun, and the boys have been great about it. I think they get excited.
Yeah.
Knowing that they are a part of this to some degree.
And they've been helpful when we've had to set up booths promoting Joyful Pediatrics, and they've been helpful handing out the prizes from our reels, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, so let's talk about this. So we've done several community events now,
yeah,
which is totally new, by the way, for us. Again, we've gone to community events and carnivals and festivals as a family, but we're on the other side now.
Yeah.
We are vendors.
Promote yourself.
Yes, we are vendors, which is a very different approach.
Yes.
And so we've had to really put on marketing hats, which is funny because we're not marketers by trade.
But when you say marketing hats too, I'm actually putting on a physical wig.
That's true. Jaclyn dresses up as Elsa at these events.
A lot of them.
Yeah, so you may have seen pictures of them online, but I'll tell you what, it is like a magnet.
I love it. I mean, do I love the costume? That wigs are itchy, and I'm constantly trying to like dig my fingers in little bits like this or kind of pat because it's. Oh, and then the last one we had, I think it was a yellow jacket, flew up my Elsa dress and started stinging me. So it was with the child.
Oh, you were with the child.
While I was with the child, I was singing "Let It Go."
Yep.
Not well. Not a talented singer, and this. Yellow jacket. I guess yellow jacket. Multiple times. Yep. Looked like a bee. Just flew up my dress, and all of a sudden, I was like,
I saw her face because I was taking the picture, and she's just singing with this little girl, and Jaclyn's face just cringes.
Yes, and then all of a sudden I could feel, and then I felt another one, and I was like, oh my god! So I'm like trying to put the child, like just try not to freak out in front of a child.
Yep.
But
hey. It's sacrifices you make for marketing, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
But that's been great having these events, and it's so hard. Anyone who's listening right now who is in marketing or business, she and I have talked a lot about how do you quantify this? Because you have to pay, obviously.
Yeah,
so we, as vendors, we pay to go to these events, and we're trying to determine the ROI, the return on investment. Are we getting people because of this? And it is so hard to quantify because it's not like people are just going to sign up there like, oh, yep, thanks, nice to meet you. We're going to sign up. No, it's not that's not how this works.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out how to measure that.
Yes, that's difficult. And we know there's unmeasurable benefit. We had one of our patients was talking about us at like a mom group or music group with her kids. And there were other moms there who mentioned they saw me at Touch a Truck. So one of the local events that we had done. And so I know it's helping to get the name out there, but something like a pediatrician and something that's new to Greensboro, it's going to be multiple touch points. It's not an impulse purchase. And so people are going to have to see and hear about Joyful Pediatrics multiple times, likely talk to somebody who knows me or us or knows a patient to really feel comfortable with the model and with moving your child to this type of pediatrician.
Yeah, because it's a big shift. We understand that. What's your thing you always say? It's not an impulse purchase. It's not an impulse purchase. So this is not about buying a sweatshirt or even a new car. I mean, this is a long-standing relationship that you are establishing and hoping to build. So we understand. And I think I don't know if we've settled on this, but I think, like you just said, people are coming to us who want to join because of multiple touch points.
Yes.
I saw you on social media. I heard about you through a friend. I saw you on the news or on TV.
Yeah. I talked with you at this event.
Yeah, I talked to you at this event.
Or my friend talked with you at this event.
I heard your podcast. We just met someone over the weekend who one of our good friends. Her dad actually listens to us.
Yes, that's
so
cool.
Shout out Jen's dad. And so you never know, I guess, is what we're trying to say. And that's a hard pill to swallow too, I think, because we want instantaneous gratification of we're doing this event and we're going to get immediate return on it. And it's just not how it works.
Yeah.
So I think we have become okay with playing the long game.
Yes.
So, well, what else for how's it going? What other questions have you gotten or statements have you gotten for when people ask, so how's it going?
I think people just have a lot of questions about not only the patients, but what exactly does a visit look like or what do you do? Because they're confused. They're like, well, wait, you sit in the waiting room and then the nurse brings you back at a traditional type office versus you don't wait here.
Right.
You just walk in and I say hi and sometimes I open the door for you.
Yep.
And I sit on the couch and talk to the parents. I, often show kids the toys. And so we sit and talk for a good amount of time because so much about patient care is getting a very good, thorough history.
Right.
And not just, the child's medical history, but with whole child care, I want to know the child's social history. I want to know what they like, what they do, where they go to school. I want to know what their strengths and weaknesses are. And that's really important. And yeah, I can, and even some people are surprised, I can do a lot of the physical exam, even just in the play area. I do have an exam room where I can get all the vital signs, height, weight, head circumference, blood pressure. I can do some of the exam there if they need to, but it's just a different flow than a traditional office. And I think what families realize is they spend, often a traditional office, you spend about an hour there, but it's a lot of waiting.
Well, yes, you're an hour there, but you're really only interacting with the doctor for a handful of minutes.
Yeah.
So, the hardest part. So we're talking about what's been happening.
Oh, yeah.
The hardest part, I think, for us so far, completely unexpected, though it should not have been unexpected if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Is what?
I can't get kids to leave.
Nope.
Parents are trying to drag their kids here. They're like, no, we gotta go. And children don't want to leave. Often they spend an extra 10, 15 minutes just playing. Even if I have another patient walk in or if I've got to do something, they end up just playing, which is fine. I love that. But I've had, families.
And how many how many parents text you after with them saying, my kid is asking when I can go back.
Yeah, that's it. Even after I can think of, okay, one family who I adore. I've taken care of this child since birth, and he has just always had a huge fear of doctor's offices. Would almost the moment he entered in the doors of my old practice or any kind of medical facility, just start crying, screaming, getting very, very upset. He came in, I gave him his flu shot, got to play with, and even after that, he was asking his mom when he could come back. And
Yep.
that to me, when people talk about, is Joyful Pediatric successful, is that is huge. Like that is a huge measure of success for me.
That's true, because it's not quantifiable. Like
No.
it's not a number,
No.
but it's qualitative.
Yes.
It's the anecdotal evidence.
Yeah.
And here's the cool part, because that mom or any other of the parents who have texted you something like that, they can now talk to another parent who is wondering, or maybe just looking for a pediatrician, maybe they're new to the area, and tell them that story.
Yeah.
And that's probably a better selling point than any numbers we can give them.
Yeah.
So again, it's hard to measure these types of things. But yeah, getting kids to leave has been the hardest part. It's the only time the kids will cry.
Yeah.
Is when they don't want to leave. They'll be fine the entire time. They'll get a shot or a vaccine.
Yeah, I come
nothing
quickly after because that can distract them, use toy, that sort of thing. But it's the
time to leave.
Have to put the toys away. Oh,
game over. So I suppose I'm going to chalk that up to a good problem to have.
That is a very good problem to have, I think. So,
but something that, as people say, so how's it going? That's one of the stories I think that is one of the most important for us to tell for success and how's it going.
Absolutely.
So, well, I think that's a good amount of how's it going.
I think so too.
There's a lot more, obviously, that we've been doing. It's all day, every day, especially for Jaclyn. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be lots to come. Obviously, 3 months is a very small sample size for the overall picture of what this is going to become. Yeah. But it's been really cool. And I'm proud of you.
Oh,
I'm proud of you. So this season, we're going to continue to talk about lots of important topics from education, medicine, parenting. And we're going to have some new guests. I've already lined up some really exciting guests for this season, and we're excited to get back into it. We've had a little bit of a hiatus just because, well,
opening a brand new business and being that entrepreneur is quite a lot.
Yes. So this has been on the docket of, all right, we got to get back into this. Yes. But it's been really cool, and we're excited to add this new component of our YouTube, brand new YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. That's what our kids always say, or whatever the phrase is.
The cool new phrases.
Yes. And I think we still need to keep with our traditional model, though, of how we end it.
All right. So now that I can look at you, I always tell my families, there's no such thing as the perfect parent, but you can be the perfect parent for your child.